Congressman, is the DOJ fair? Is that what this proves?
No, it doesn't, because you still have a situation where David Weiss, before this entire scandal got blown wide open, David Weiss had actually cut the sweetest deal known to anybody going through the criminal justice system. And if it wasn't for a judge and Republicans on the Oversight Committee actually exposing all of the things that had happened that Hunter Biden had been doing, we don't believe he would be here today. Secondarily, there are still the tax evasion charges that David Weiss let expire on purpose. He let them expire. Merrick Garland knew all this was going on, and they did not bat an eye. The only reason we know about the tax evasion is because of the work of the Oversight Committee. And then the third thing, the biggest thing overall, is that the Biden campaign lied about this laptop. The laptop was true the entire time. The FBI knew the laptop truly existed, and they lied to the American people. They covered it up. You have Tony Blinken, the Secretary of State, who led 51 intelligence officials to lie to the American people, calling it Russian disinformation. The press covered that up. The media, obviously, you know what they did. Joe Biden's campaign lied to the American people, and the FBI and Main Justice basically acted like there was nothing to see until Hunter Biden had to have his day in court. So we're far from having Main Justice and the FBI cleaned up. Frankly, in this situation, yes, Hunter Biden broke the law, and he's been held accountable.
Congressman, I want to go back to President Biden's speech just moments ago, again at this gun safety annual event, where he didn't mention Hunter at all. He did not take any questions. That is not a surprise. But he is standing there nationally broadcast talking about tougher restrictions on purchasing guns, illegal purchase of a firearm, hours after his son was convicted on very similar charges. That certainly smacks of hypocrisy.
Well, two things. One, I think they're trying to send him out there to talk about this to cover up what actually happened in a courtroom in Delaware dealing with his own son. Number two, you're correct. Hunter Biden broke federal law when it comes to buying firearms. Number three, if Joe Biden wanted to do this, how come he didn't do it when Nancy Pelosi was Speaker and when Chuck Schumer was Senate Majority Leader? During the first 2 years of his disastrous presidency, he had control of both houses of Congress. He could have done this then. He did not. He chose not to. They didn't go through with any of this. So now he wants to use it for campaign purposes to prove that he's going to be tough. This is all a lie. Once again, it's another political sham by Joe Biden and his team. He's not interested in doing anything. He's just trying to get people to vote for him. But if you look at his record as president, he has been the master of disaster when it comes to everything in this country. He deserves to be defeated on November 5th.
Congressman, back to my previous question, me asking, is the DOJ fair? This seems like such an odd time to me in our country. The president's son is now guilty. Our former president was prosecuted. He has been found guilty. Joe Biden's talking at a gun safety event immediately after his son is found guilty on 3 federal charges with the lawfare. What's going on at the border, the inflation, just the whole body of work. It seems like we're at a very odd and weird place in our country right now, and I think that people are craving leadership. Do you have a message for them?
I do, and yes, you're correct. The Department of Justice has not been fair. There's no even hands over there. You could go all the way back to Hillary Clinton to see that. What Americans want is for the institutions of our government to be even-handed across the board, to not be a respecter of politics, to not be a respecter of persons, no matter the heights you take in our government or anywhere else in society. And listen, our system of government is really based on the honor system. People have to trust and know that the institutions are going to be fair and even-handed, and they're going to be blind when it comes to the application of the law. That is where we need to get back to. Joe Biden's America has been destroying our institutions. With Donald Trump back in the White House this next year after the November elections, you're going to see normal things happening again in our institutions at the federal level and then also at the state level. And then we need to continue to work on the local level. It is possible to get that done, but it starts with leadership that's focused on common sense and focused on the American people, not leadership like Joe Biden that's based on political ideology and a political agenda that does not work for the American people.